Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Volleyball. And with us, head coach Tia Brandel-Wilhelm. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us here.
Like the football team, congratulations goes out. Your team winning the GLIAC Championship, secured it this past weekend, and certainly a great accomplishment here already for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're excited. Our conference is so strong. I mean, the top 8 teams are really good teams, and just to be able to sustain the season and to be able to win that throughout the season is exciting.
What does it mean in terms of the program with the long tradition Ferris State has in volleyball? Certainly the last 5 years, a great run with 3 conference titles.
You know, we're just trying to take care of each day. So I don't know that I look at it in terms of the whole program yet. It's obviously we had a lot of alumni at our matches this weekend, which was really neat to see, and just a lot of them texting. They obviously follow us online and social media, and just a lot of alumni really excited for the program. And I just think it says a lot about the work that the alumni have done in the past to get us to a point where I know we can just be consistently, in the hunt for it. Just having a chance to be a conference champion.
This past weekend, final weekend of the regular season, you went on the road and went to Wayne State on Friday night in a 3-1 victory, but a hard-fought match against the Warriors.
Yeah, it was very hard-fought, very much. They came out of the blocks just gunning, and it really, we definitely had to increase our level of play a lot as we went there. We had a few things, made a couple changes as we went into the third set that I probably should have made going into the second set, but once we made those changes, it made a really big difference in how our team was able to play.
You get that victory on Friday night. That secures the overall conference championship, the #1 seed, obviously, you already had. But talk about going into Saturday then. You still have one more match to play in the regular season, but still a match that you don't want to lose and certainly don't want to kill any momentum.
No, Saginaw is a very good team, and they've lost a couple matches along the way, but they're a very good team. And like I said, I think the top 8 teams in our conference are great teams, and Saginaw certainly is one of those. So, and it was their senior day, so I think teams always play hard for their seniors, so that was really exciting to see. But yeah, it was definitely a hard-fought match for us.
As we go to some of the highlights of that match, obviously Saginaw got off to a great start against you, and you had to rally back to get the win.
Yeah, I felt like we were struggling from behind pretty much the whole match until about point 15 of the 5th set there. So, but I think it was not it was a little bit of an up and down match for us. There were times when some of the things that usually go well for us didn't go well for us. Our passing and serving wasn't always what we wanted it to be. Defensively, we missed a few assignments here and there. But I think what was really good is the leadership that our players showed, and just the way they kept playing for each other. It's definitely a very strong team, and they really fight and work hard for each other. So even though we were down pretty much the whole match, I think they kept just playing and just trying to do their system and do their system well and do it for each other.
Just saw a kill from Ayanna Buckley. Had a great weekend for you, GLIAC North Division Player of the Week.
I know, exciting. It was a great weekend for her. She moved into a new position this weekend and switched from our M2 spot to our M1 and did a great job, a really good job. And she, I think, is the kind of player that, she's been working all season. She wasn't supposed to be a middle hitter for us, and so she's been working all season to get better and better. And I just think the opportunity to, be in the M1 spot and have a little more freedom to move around and hit was definitely a good chance for her.
Saginaw Valley State's facility here, a little bit smaller gym, kind of like yours, and certainly certainly a type of environment that your kids like to play in.
Yeah, I think it's Saginaw's done a really nice job with their facilities, and they have a nice gym, and they had a really good crowd there. I mean, the bleachers were pretty full, so it was a very excited crowd, and they were definitely into the match all the way through.
I know we've talked about your support at home, but talk about the support on the road, the support you get from the parents and some of the other fans.
Yeah, parents and alumni. Everywhere we go, there's a crew of alumni there at the game. Friday night when we were at Wayne State, there were probably about 20 alumni all bunched together, sitting right across from the bench, which was just great to see. And then the same thing at Saginaw. We had a big group of alumni and family, and just even some students and faculty and staff that come over and just to be at the game, because it's a pretty close game for them. So.
You rally back, you get the 3-2 win here over Saginaw Valley State. What were some of the keys in that 5th and final set for the Bulldogs?
I thought we passed a little better. I mean, that really was a big thing that we were very inconsistent with through the night, and then I thought we passed a lot better. And then I think we just executed our blocking assignments a little bit better. So, but it was, it was very close the whole match, and I thought we're just a little bit further along in the 5th set, but I certainly didn't feel like we at any point just had it won until we hit 15.
As you hit that, you secure, as we mentioned this past week, in the overall #1 seed for the GLIAC Tournament this Wednesday, hosting Michigan Tech in the quarterfinals. What do you expect out of the Huskies?
Michigan Tech is a very aggressive team. They really come at you with their offense, and they have good offense, middles, lefts, and rights. So it's a very aggressive team. You really have to work your defense a lot.
I know certainly you don't want to look past Michigan Tech and the big quarterfinal match, but if you win that match, you host the semifinals and finals this weekend. What does that home court advantage mean for your team?
You're right. We're not looking past the quarterfinal match at all. I mean, it really is just the only thing that we're looking at. Our administrators might be planning for just-in-case scenarios, but for us, it's really just about what we do on Wednesday.
I know you're also #1 in the region right now, and still a lot to play for in terms of what could potentially happen with the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's a committee decision. So no matter what it is now, you can't really put much credence into it. So you just try to do what you can do on the court and trust that the right decisions are made by the committee, and you do what you have to do.
Kind of like football, what does it take here in the postseason in terms of getting ready to play these types of matches, and how does it change maybe from the regular season?
I think postseason is a time to, this team has worked really hard to get to the postseason, and I think it's a time for them to, to start putting in all the lessons that they've learned for the last 11 months, to start putting those into play as we go into the postseason here.
28-2 overall, and certainly a long way from the beginning of September when you opened the season. But really quick, how the season's flown by.
It is absolutely flown by, because you're so match-to-match focused all the time that you really don't keep track of days and weeks. You're just keeping track of who you play next and what your preparations are for that. So, but I do think that we stop to pause and just enjoy the process of, being a team that gets to work together and being a team that, has a chance to be in the fight, and that's really what we just want to have a chance to be in the fight to be a great team.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on a great regular season, winning the conference title, and best of luck here as you start the postseason.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.